Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Court. And once again, it is the Barnes and Tony Show. Anthony, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great today, dude. Beautiful day out there. Super pumped. A very big Thursday for Downtime TV, dude. So it's going to be a great day.
What do we got on the agenda? I know screen time following.
No, screen time tomorrow.
I always mess it up. But what do we got? What do we got?
Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning came out. It was out yesterday. I suppose like the actual release comes out for the weekend Friday. But we're gonna go see it, Jay, Mike, and I tonight, 7:00 to review tomorrow on Screen Time. But before that, most importantly, Brian, hamburger dinner, my crib, the three of us, French fries, burgers, dude. It's gonna be a great time, dude.
Where did you pick up the burgers?
My parents surprised me and sent me like burgers from Omaha Steaks.
Oh my God.
So there's there's 5 boxes of 4 burgers each, right?
And all of them are gonna go tonight.
And it's dude. They're all different types of meat, dude. There's tenderloin, brisket burgers, just your typical chop meat. Dude, it's ribeye burgers. It's gonna be sick, dude. I think I got the tenderloin burgers. They're frosting right now as we speak. So it's gonna be lettuce, tomato. Pick up the buns. We're going to pick up ketchup and onions, red onions specifically. The French fries, dude.
I never understand, and I can see. I don't know. I guess you probably just are particular about what toppings and stuff, but never understand somebody who's like, nope, I just want a burger and a bun, nothing else.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous, dude. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I love garnish. A burger needs it, dude. I hate when you go to restaurants and it's just like a hamburger with bacon and cheese on it. Or sometimes they'll put sauteed onions. I'm like, I want lettuce and tomato. I want onion too and pickles.
Perfect scenario with the burger. What is it?
First
of all, bun.
We'll go what type of bun?
Yeah.
I guess I go with a typical a brioche bun is good, dude. I also enjoy the Portuguese rolls. I know because that's what
But if you had to pick one,
does it. I go with the brioche bun.
Nice toasted brioche. Or no?
Yeah, of course, toasted.
Butter?
Dude. Yes, just a little touch, a hint of butter.
Okay,
for sure. And then I'll go, mayonnaise, a little bit of pepper if I want to add, whatever. But salt. Lettuce, tomato, red onion, raw, pickles.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. That's the so cheese.
No bacon, no lobster.
No, nothing crazy. Keep it classy.
What type of cheese?
Typically go American.
White.
Yeah.
I feel like we've talked about this before. Yeah. How disgusting yellow.
It's weird, dude.
I literally that is the worst tasting thing I've ever eaten.
I know. It's so weird. It's fake. It's not correct.
There's probably some cockroaches mixed in it.
Yeah, definitely, dude. What about you? What are you thinking with?
All right. So I am gonna say the Portuguese toasted on the grill.
Of course.
And then just ketchup for the condiment.
Nice.
And then
just ketchup.
Yes.
Really?
Lettuce, tomato, the raw red onion, like you said.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And I definitely some chunks of lobster. Smoked Gouda.
Smoked Gouda cheese?
Yes,
wow,
that's the
crazy.
perfect burger.
That's
Jay
so
knows
good.
It. Jay definitely
Speaking of which, Jay's itching for it. He says, give me that meat, he says. I hated naked burger. My burger always dressed to the nines with firm buns, dude.
He knows it.
Yeah.
He knows it.
I mean, it's pretty crazy how simple a burger can be, but how just perfect, So sick, dude.
Now, who's the bigger eater, Jay or Michael?
That's a good question. I would probably say Michael.
Really? Okay.
In terms of you're saying bigger eater, who eats more or who's more
tonight,
into
for instance,
it, dude?
Let's say, you cook up 10, 15 burgers. Who's having more?
Oh, no, Jay's going to have more, definitely.
Jay's going to have more. Okay.
Yeah.
He could get into something.
Yeah. Michael's a one and done guy, save some room, feel good about yourself.
Okay.
Barnes is smoking Gouda this AM, dude.
Oh my God. Have you had smoked Gouda?
I have had smoked Gouda. Never on a burger though.
and I get it actually at Lenny's in Costco for my breakfast sandwich.
Really?
Smoked Gouda is the cheese. Yeah.
That's pretty sick, dude. Smoked Gouda is good. I definitely try different cheeses on my burgers. Like I've tried Swiss, even goat cheese,
Yeah.
cheddar too. I love cheddar cheese. And it's like, I don't know, man. I feel like some of these cheeses are better than American cheese, but like American cheese just like melts right.
Oh,
You know?
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes I've gotten cheddar cheese and it doesn't really melt fully, and then it's like too stringy and it's like you're fighting with it.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting, dude. It's a delicate process.
It is interesting too. Like most things, I mean, I guess there are like some exceptions for sure, but especially like if we're making it, we're not some master chef or whatever.
No.
We have our specialties and
Right.
stuff. But I feel like burger is like the one thing where pretty much you grilling it yourself is better than anywhere you're gonna get it,
dude. Literally. And I feel like every time you order a burger, like a lot of times, most restaurants, I would say, it's like kind of a toss up in terms of specifically if it's going to be cooked right too. Like sometimes it's never always like, it's hard to go to a place where it consistently puts out like what temperature you want, What temperature do you get it at? Medium or medium rare?
Medium.
Medium.
You're
yeah.
medium rare.
It depends on the place, dude. If I'm at like a high end steak place, like when I went Gino's bachelor party, we went to Jesus Christ, who's the guy who played for Texas and the Titans? Why am I blanking on the quarterback?
Vince Young.
Vince Young, yeah. Went to his steakhouse. I got a burger there. Rare.
I
was like, let's do it.
You know what my thing though is, and by the way, did Jay
Jay's asking
text you to say that before he commented?
No, I don't think so, dude.
That was kind of sketchy.
That
was like the police union calling yesterday.
Yeah.
Did Michael catch that at all or no?
I don't think so. I'll tell him no later.
Yeah.
That's so I forgot about that, honestly. It's funny.
No, but I was so sure because he loves going disguised voice. And it was just like, perfect. Hello?
Hello? Like it really sounded like him, dude. Ridiculous.
And then to go block number. Oh my God. That's so funny. But what I was going to say is I feel like if a burger is actually cooked correctly and it is actually medium, there's no need to go even less cooked than that. People don't like medium because it's really cooked medium well or even more. That's what the problem.
Yeah, sometimes I order it under the way I want it cooked because I'm expecting it to be overcooked, which is the way it's interesting, dude. Best burger you ever had though? Where?
Best burger I ever had. Wow.
That's tough, dude.
Just like the first thing that comes to mind is actually Bobby's Burgers at Mohegan.
Wow.
Always, I mean, the bacon blue, that's been a staple for years. So that's what I would say. What about you? Like from a restaurant, obviously we know. Jay's making the Fuddruckers call. I always liked Fuddruckers. They used to have one at Foxwoods actually, but they got rid of it. And we used to go because we go to Myrtle Beach every year for vacation, and they had like a couple. So when I was younger, I loved it because it's like, you could put every single like topping you want. So I used to think it was awesome.
That is cool.
So it honestly was always good. But I can't say that it was number one. Yeah. What about you?
It's tough. Vince Young Steakhouse, obviously their burger was just phenomenal. The type of meat, but my favorite like burger, which has always been so consistent, is this place on Staten Island called the Manor House.
The
Manor, dude. I've talked about it before. They have stuffed burgers. You stuff it with whoever you want. I normally just do cheese. Crazy. Sometimes I'll get bacon on top. Their bacon too. Like again, bacon's another thing that's like so specific too. I like my bacon very crispy. And they make it so crispy every time.
And do you, because you mentioned when you were making your ideal burger that you went with raw onions. Now, are you tight on caramelized, or you can but it just, you prefer the raw onion just specifically for a burger? You feel like it just gives you that crunch.
Yeah, dude. And it's like cold, like crisp, like really forms well with the burger. And I feel like, raw onion, I mean, just tastes delicious.
No, and it's ridiculous too. Like I just literally I like going if I'm just putting on whatever I want. Multiple tomatoes, like onions, falling off the burger. I want as many of that as possible. I don't know.
So good.
The flavor combination is amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty sick. Pickles? You don't like
pickles.
You don't hate pickles,
but I like. We had this conversation before, but I like pickled cucumbers. But I don't like a jar of pickles. Just eating out of it grosses me out. But for some reason, pickled cucumbers, I'm all over it. And then I know we had the conversation, Brian. You know, cucumbers or pickles. All of like, yeah, I get all that. But I think it's the juice. I guess it's the juice.
Maybe. Well, I mean, there's different stages of pickled. You know, like I've had pickles that taste more like cucumbers than pickles. And I hate that. Okay. I mean, I don't like cucumbers. Love pickles.
See? Okay, and I love cucumbers.
Yeah.
So I can't believe that you don't like a good hummus with cucumbers.
I can tolerate it, but I mean, I just
you want your pita chips.
Oh yeah, definitely, or like pretzels, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Even carrots. I prefer like a carrot in hummus, dude. That's good.
I don't know why I don't like carrots.
Really?
Especially cooked carrots are disgusting.
I don't mind. I don't mind cooked or raw carrots.
Like or creamy. Like just thinking about creamed carrots makes you want to throw up right now.
Wow.
You really like creamed carrots?
Yeah, like any type of carrot.
Like they're soggy, and then the cream sauce isn't good. Like I feel like it's just gross.
Why isn't the cream sauce good?
I don't know. But then I love carrot cake.
Oh,
but I know it's a dessert.
Yeah.
It's different.
Carrot cake is disgusting. See,
No.
I don't think carrots should be in dessert, dude. Yeah.
This is great. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
I knock over this thing. For
Oh,
the
you
15th
knock
day in
over.
a
Is it the
row.
Ninja Turtle? Yeah,
The
dude.
ninja.
Throw it in the trash, Brian.
You're right in the trash.
Yeah. Yeah, don't put it with the Yankee stuff. Don't put it with the Yankee
upside
stuff.
down, actually.
Oh, boy. Nice, dude.
And then it's funny, too. We were talking about this yesterday with the chips. What would you say, out of all the chips out there, favorite chip?
Wow, favorite potato chip. That's tough.
Oh, no, not
dude.
even, but like it could be tortilla chip. It
Oh,
could be
my
Fritos,
God,
it
dude.
could be Doritos, you know.
That's so tough. Jay says he loves mid-July sports sport.
Well,
dude.
the caveat there, Jay, is the All-Star Week sports sport.
Yeah. It's tough, dude.
Yeah.
You know? Dude, I mean, it's so funny because wow. That's tough, dude. I mean, for me, I really can't get enough of like kettle cooked sea salt and vinegar chips.
Those are
Like,
very good.
Cape Cod is a great company. I mean, Cape Cod is like their chips aren't like even that expensive. They're pretty cheap, honestly. Like Lay's, I feel like is more expensive than that. So that's probably my go-to. Like at any point, it's always a great fallback. But yeah, I guess that's my favorite. Yeah.
I feel like I had to go with Cantina style tortilla chips.
Really, it's so tough though.
Tortilla chips, like, and I don't like scoops or I guess Tostitos.
Right, really.
I want the authentic Mexican style chips. Scoops, like, you know what I mean? Sure, they're okay, but the other stuff is so much better.
Dude, there's this. I don't even know the company's name, but I've been getting these chips from Stop and Shop. That's like the organic aisle.
Cantina?
No, I don't think it's. Cantina.
But you know what? You know what I'm talking about? There's these chips. They're always like the cheaper ones. Like it's like a light beige color bag, and they always have it at Stop and Shop.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think Cantina. I don't know, but the ones maybe this is it. Oh yeah, Mi Niña. These chips.
Oh, I've had those. Those are good.
These are fire. And there's like a jalapeno flavored. It's like sweet and hot, dude. It's so good.
Yeah.
But you were saying La Cantina? Is that what it's called?
Maybe just try Cantina tortilla chips Stop and Shop.
What's going on here?
No, but see, I'm getting the name wrong. I'll have to get back to you on that because Pooch buys them religiously.
Oh yeah, dude, chips are so like dangerous, dude.
How many times or has there been many times where like not the extra supersized, but just a regular bag where you've went one sitting in a night? A lot or no?
Yeah, dude.
Honestly, Tony, you're making me feel better because I thought I was alone.
No, dude, it's so ridiculous. The chips, dude.
And you know why you're doing it. What am I doing? I have to stop. And then you do the thing where you put away the bag, but then you take one big scoop and then you just go back.
I know, you still go back, dude. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I literally, I swear to God, I never buy chips.
Yeah.
It just, because it's just always an overeat. It's always too much.
And like, I feel like every time I go to Stop and Shop, they're always like 2 for $7. So you got to buy 2 bags. And then it's like by the third day you had it gone, dude.
What would you say? Group of 4. You're at a Mexican restaurant. You know, it's the bottomless chips that they give you for free. How many baskets do you think you usually go through?
I mean, I take on like probably 2 myself, dude. Like, honestly.
Meal comes out
constantly.
Stuffed. Don't even need to eat it.
Oh my God. And then it's like you still want to eat because it's like you take the chips, you scoop the rice and beans, like you eat it with your burrito. It's like
you can't stop. You can't stop. You look like an animal.
Literally.
Out there.
Yesterday I had chips. Did I have chips for lunch too? I didn't have chips for dinner. I had a turkey sandwich for dinner.
Yeah.
Lettuce, tomato, of course, like side of chips. And it's just like all the chips, dude.
Yeah. I was just thinking about this with the sandwich. Do you ever go potato chips on the sandwich or no?
On top of?
Yeah, like a crunched.
I have before, but I
Yeah.
like to on the side and you bite and
Yeah.
you pick one. You
Yeah, I
know?
don't.
Yeah.
But that seems like it's a popular thing.
On the sandwich? Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
And then what would you say dipping sauce? You know, it could be salsa, guac, sour
Right.
cream and onion, queso. What would you say your favorite is of that? Angle?
I definitely prefer like if I'm, you know, like but it's tough because like when I go dipping sauce, it's I don't do like sea salt and vinegar chips in like an onion dip.
Mhm.
I'll buy like Lay's classic wavy potato chips. So that I dip it in onion dip would be my definitely
Onion dip.
Yeah. But it's like I hate the jarred onion dip. Disgusting. Like any pre-made onion dip that you have is like I feel like that they sell is gross.
Oh, but
dude.
yeah, when you make it yourself with the onion powder, very good.
Yeah, sour
Yeah.
cream and the onion mix, it's
Yeah.
like phenomenal, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's worlds, light years ahead.
Yeah, I have to say by far from me, fresh guac, especially from a Mexican restaurant. And there's
Yeah.
this place, Soltero, that's at Mohegan, actually.
Very good.
Amazing. And I always go just put everything in it. So it's literally shrimp, corn, roasted vegetables, garlic
In the guac?
in the guac, spicy. Unbelievable. It's probably like a $30 guac.
Holy shit.
Unbelievable.
And you just get guac and chips for $30?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then eat the whole thing,
Right.
stuff by the time the burrito comes out or the tacos. You know?
Oh man, that sounds so good.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's hard not to like Mexican, especially when it's good
Yeah.
quality Mexican, no
Yeah.
matter what it is. Very good.
It's always so delicious. Like,
Yeah. 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 So that's always good stuff. I feel like there was one other thing relating to this that I was
Are
gonna
you a
ask
Pringles guy? You like Pringles?
Oh, they're okay. They're not
Yeah.
my favorite. I know what I was gonna ask you though. You had to go flavor. Potato chip. What flavor?
Like if I had to just choose one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so tough because I always try and change it up. It's like I guess sea salt and vinegar. I guess,
Okay.
but also like jalapeno chips are also so.
I haven't really
good,
had
dude.
too many of those.
Cape Cod makes
Yeah.
kettle cooked jalapeno. That's fire.
I could see that being good.
Sour cream and onion also a great go to. Love the barbecue.
Mhm.
So good.
It's interesting because growing up, barbecue by far. Give me the barbecue.
Yeah.
Lay's barbecue, so good. Now salt and vinegar, better.
I know, dude. When I was a kid, I hated salt and vinegar.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's
gross.
just- yeah, why would you eat that? Yeah.
Oh, and then the Lay's barbecue in the black bag.
Yeah.
Summertime by the pool.
And last side note here, I feel like too. I don't get them often, but I like lime tortilla chips. I feel like you don't like them.
No, they're okay. A hint of
Yeah.
lime is good.
Just a hint.
Just a hint, dude. How do you feel about Chipotle chips?
I'm trying to think.
Because they have a hint of lime in there.
Chipotle chips. Can
Yeah.
you pull up like what?
No, like Chipotle, like the restaurant.
Oh,
like
the restaurant. You know,
Yeah.
I never get those, but I've had them and they're
serious?
good. Well,
Yeah.
it's just because you know what the thing is, and I know, okay, like especially I don't get like sour cream and cheese in mine, but when I go to Chipotle, I'm going there like as like to get a healthier option.
Oh,
So
really?
brown rice,
Right.
black beans, fajita vegetables, and then get like chicken with salsa, guac, and lettuce or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't ever really get the chips. And I think it's too much because they give you a lot of those chips and it's like, you're getting a steak burrito and then you're having that full bag of chips and queso. I mean, that's a lot.
Well, you don't need queso too.
Well, I mean, it's right there.
Right,
What are you
yeah.
dipping the chips in though?
Nothing. I eat it with the burrito, or I scoop it in my bowl, and I have I use it as like a thing.
Wow, I'm surprised. Okay, do you like their guac or no?
I don't like guac in general, really.
Oh,
so.
Okay. I don't know
Yeah.
why I didn't realize that.
I don't like avocados. Again, I tolerate guac. Like, I know Michael loves guac, so when we go out to dinner and stuff, he likes to get chips and guac, especially if we go to like a Mexican restaurant, or whatever. So
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
But I just don't like. I can have a couple of it, and I just get like sick of the taste of it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm like, and I think Matthew is the same way too. He definitely loves his avocados.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh man, good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, and I guess to conclude the world, I was just thinking about this because you were telling me right before we started, and you're like, save it. But you finally incorporated the pre-show coffee.
Oh yes, I did. It's actually kind of funny. Like, Jay asked me to help him drop his car off the mechanic for 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
And then like while I was driving over there to pick him up to bring him home, he was like, "Yeah, they're not gonna take my car now, whatever." And I was like, "All right, like, well, I'm out. Like, just get some coffee. Why not?"
Tiffany's. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
But we've talked about this, but Tiffany's is owned by Donut Inn.
It used to be Donut Inn.
Okay, right in that
So-
plaza past the railroad.
Exactly.
Or where the railroad restaurant is. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
right
in the
across
back.
the street.
Is that still there's like a restaurant that's in an old rail
Yeah,
car?
dude.
Have you been there?
Oh, no. The Vietnamese place? Never been there.
Oh, but so that's changed hands though, because I feel like that's been a bunch of different things. Like it's in the back of that plaza,
Yeah,
right
yeah.
in the right corner.
Has it? I mean, for as long as I've known, it's been
A
that
Vietnamese
Yeah.
place. Okay.
But obviously,
okay.
you've been here longer than I.
Yeah,
Obviously.
no, because I think it used to be called like the Coach something restaurant or something.
Oh,
It's
really?
definitely changed. Yeah.
I want to go in there, honestly. I
Yeah.
want to sit in that fucking train. car.
Because me and my family actually used to go there kind of quite often, just because my grandma lived in Stratford, or both my grandparents lived in Stratford. But I think it's still there. There was a Polish bakery like on the left hand side.
Oh yeah.
So we always used to go to that, and they would have this amazing cheese babka. Unbelievable. Have you ever had that? Like with like I think they use like goat cheese or farmer's cheese.
Yeah, I've
in
had
it.
cheese babka. Yeah.
Do you like it or no?
Yeah, that was. I had
Yeah.
it when I was a kid, so I wasn't really that into it. But
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had it in years.
We
I
used to get
love it
that,
now.
and I'm trying to think of the right terminology. We used to call it rice ring, but it's some Polish meat, but it's called something else. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or not.
I don't think
And
so.
we only used to get it for the holidays, and you had to get it at the Polish bakery.
There's a Polish deli there now. I don't know if it's still the same.
But they had like deli stuff too. I don't know if it's the same or not.
It's called the Baltic. Baltic.
You know, I think it is that place. Yeah, it is.
I've always wanted to go in there because it's like a deli. I'm like, oh, I wonder what they got.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
that
having
was
that.
always really good. And then back in the day, we used to be big on the used bookstore, which I don't think they have there anymore. But we used to go there religiously. So it was a stopping ground for us.
You get books?
Yeah, no. Back in the day, I was big on like Matt Christopher. All sports stuff. Hardy Boys, though. I did do some Hardy Boys.
Okay, all right, that's cool. Goosebumps?
No. But I did I had like a big collection of Hardy Boys books.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where are they now? Trash.
Probably. Yeah. It was interesting at the time. And then I've talked about this, but I really liked it. Was a while ago. You probably don't even remember, but I used to be obsessed with Series of the Unfortunate Events. Just the book. Movie was so cheap. Carrie, obviously. Right. It was
I do remember
movie.
you saying this. I like the movie a lot,
Oh
honestly,
my
dude.
God.
Emily Browning was great in it. The kid actors were great. Jim Carrey was phenomenal.
That was
He was playing every different role. Like,
probably.
how do you not like that movie? I mean,
That was probably. I think it's because the book was so good. And
I
then
never
you see
read the book.
movie, and it's like, no, there was
Yeah.
like 8-9 books.
I know.
And
I know.
I probably mentioned this too, so my apologies for repeating myself. But I liked the book so much that my mom, the day the book came out, used to take me to Linda's Story Time, which is in Monroe. I don't know if it's still there. Bookstore. Used to read it that night, like 2-3 hours, read the whole thing.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, loved it. It was just so like I don't know what it's so captivating.
How old were you when this?
So that had to have been middle school. You know, I'm
Wow.
not sure what
It's like
years
9,
exactly.
11, maybe.
Somewhere in there, yeah. Because at that age too, like there was like a lot going on. Like people were getting murdered and stuff. Like it wasn't, and I wasn't watching that type of stuff on TV, so it was just like very like intriguing. Like you Count Olaf. I know Jay knows about Count Olaf.
Oh, he definitely does. We actually have a
the
couple comments here,
Baudelaire
dude.
twin, or was it triplets or twins?
Twins.
But then they had a third, and then they died in a fire or something.
Oh no! Wait, no, there was 3 of them. It was 2 kids and then the baby, right? A little
The
infant.
baby,
Yeah.
right.
Jay loves Series of Unfortunate Events books for fire. He says I read most of them.
Wait,
dude.
what does Broxy say?
Brock 718 has got the Bob Ross. It looks like. Bob Ross
I
emoji,
thought it was
dude.
like the hands over the head.
Yeah, I know. Like the what are we doing today, dude? Is what he's thinking.
So, but Tony, Count Olaf. Like, are
Right.
you kidding though? How ridiculous that guy was. Like making their life hell.
I know.
VFD.
Like-
what does it stand for? Like, it was nuts. I'm not kidding. It was
Wow,
nuts.
dude.
And I was disappointed because when the movies came out, I thought they were gonna do a movie on each one of the books, similar to what Harry Potter did.
Right.
And they just
Just
made
did
the one
one,
movie, and that
yeah.
was it
They made a series on Netflix too, actually.
of the series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
Huh.
I haven't heard much about it. I don't think it looked that great to me, honestly.
Why is it that like when there's books, they always have a need to significantly change the movie? What is the reason for that? Just because it's like a surprise, like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is because of that.
Mhm.
Like because they know, like, people who haven't even read the books are obviously gonna just go because of the lore of the books, and then people who have read the books are like, oh, like it's gonna be different. Let's see it. Why not? We'll go. But I don't know. I feel like
It's usually worse.
it's usually worse, dude. It's
Yeah.
very, I feel like rare that it is, but it's also very rare that movies stick to what the book was too. I feel like why
Mhm.
wouldn't you stick to what the book is?
Yeah.
And I understand, like, you know, I suppose in things like, I mean, I guess like Harry Potter, I suppose is an exception. Although I know, like, you know, there's no way you're fitting a whole book in one movie, dude. I mean, the amount of detail in one book is crazy, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess maybe you're forced to change things too a little bit. But it's tough. Book adaptations are really tough, dude.
I just had a really good idea, and I know Jay's gonna be all over this. Like, we're gonna need some time to prepare, but I think we need to do a screen time, even though I know it's book, so maybe we can incorporate the movie too. But a series of the unfortunate events review, because I feel like I'm still confused. And he said he read most of them, which means he didn't read all of them. But I'm still confused about the ending, what VFD was, what the mystery was with their parents. There was always that question: where are they still alive?
Right.
Did Count Olaf kill them? Did he
Mhm.
set their house on fire? Which I think he did. Like, I feel like there's just a lot of unanswered questions, Jay, that I feel like we need to dive into.
I'd be so down, and I'd rewatch the movie. I'll even start watching the show a little bit too. I know in the movie they didn't outright say it, but they alluded to the fact that he burned the house down.
But there was always that little thing like, wait, are the parents still alive?
Yeah.
And then it was like, too, one thing that stood out is like anytime they would meet some friendly allies, like I know there was like twins that they were friends with them, like, oh, they went in some hot air balloon that just like floated away.
Yeah.
Back. Was that part of the movie? Or
Yes.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. So there was that, and then they lived like in some mansion. And then I don't know, there was just something like the guy ended up being sketchy. And then like Count Olaf's associates, like,
oh my god,
worked at the door, the hook-handed man, the bald man. And there was something with like some woman that was a man, a bearded lady, or there was
definitely a bearded lady.
Yes, bearded lady. That like nuts. Like honestly, like that was
the characters are crazy.
I know I will get a lot of pushback on this, Tony, but I honestly think, and I first admit I didn't go through the whole Harry Potter series, but it's always like kind of like, oh, Harry Potter, best book series of unfortunate events, better.
Wow. How many were there? Do you know?
I want to say like 7 or 8.
Wow.
My sister was actually really into it too for a little bit. So it was kind of cool. Like she got the books first. That's actually how I got into it. And then once I think she went to, or I guess I don't know what. Yeah, was it? It might have even been that she went to college. I don't know, but she was only 3 years older than me, so I don't know how that. I don't think I was still reading them in high school, but I don't know. I'm getting the timeline wrong a little bit. But it was a while ago.
Yeah. Maybe your sister could, shed some light.
Yeah. I'll have to ask Stacey about it. But wow, talk about memory lane, Tony.
Yeah, it's crazy. It all started with the burgers.
Burgers, series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
How did we get there? And then how did we get to now talking about the PGA Tour / DP World Tour co-sanctioned event, the Genesis Scottish Open at the Renaissance Club. And before I give this leaderboard update, Tony, have you looked at the leaderboard this morning?
I have not.
You're going to be riled.
Really?
He's not in first, but I'll go from well, he's in second, but in first place is Byung Hun An, who shot 9 under 61.
Wow,
so
crazy.
Great start for him. And then tied in second, you have Rory McIlroy, 64, and also Thomas Dietrich, 64. So Rory getting off to a good start. In our preview yesterday, you were speaking to how he's had some top 10s recently. Seems like the game's coming into form after the missed cuts at the Masters and the Players. So a good start for Rory. Obviously 3 shots back, but only 1 round in, and you'll take a 64 any day you can get it. So I think solid footing for him. You look at the rest of this leaderboard cage. Lee a solo 4th at 5 under. Further down the list, tied for 5th at 4 under as well. Tom Kim, he's only through 7 holes, so he has a chance to make some noise here. Eric Cole shot a 67. He's 3 under. Brian Harmon shot 67. He's 3 under. JT shot 68. He's 2 under. Matthew Fitzpatrick shot 68. He's 2 under. Wyndham Clark is 3 under through 9. And then let's see, Ricky Fowler 2 under through 9. Terrell Hatton 2 under through 9. JT Poston shot 1 under 69. And Max Homa is 1 under through 9. And I just wanted to see where let me just look this up real quick. So I don't know why Luke Donald's name came to my mind first. Donald shot even par 70, so currently outside of the cut line. We'll have to go under par tomorrow to make it. And then I had Rose. Let's see what he's doing over here. Justin Rose, even through 8, but obviously a lot of golf left to play. What was the guys? Do you remember the amateur that you were riled about yesterday? I could look it up on the
Richie
spreadsheet.
Ramsey.
Okay, so just Ramsey, like how it sounds, like
I think
Ramsey,
so.
New
I
Jersey?
did look. I think he was 1 over yesterday.
Richie, it's
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Even 1. Okay, I did see. Yeah, Richie Ramsey.
oh, it's spelled like that. Okay,
Mhm.
Ramsey
71.
Okay, so outside
Yeah, 1
looking
over.
in,
Not great. Dude. I picked the
some
wrong
work to
Scotsman.
do. But it is kind of interesting. I guess it's just because you look at these European courses and there's no trees on them. So I guess even though you do have the inconsistent weather, the very thick rough, I think just because it's very hard to lose a ball. That's why we're always seeing these low scores.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think so too. I mean, that's an interesting take. Is there a lot of like water on this course, like out of bounds, sort of river banks?
Do they have? I would love to if they had, they had those like course overviews.
Yeah.
Can we get a flyover going, Tony?
That would be sick, actually. Let's see.
And while you're looking at that, I'm gonna just see if they have because I believe the Barbasol is definitely underway. I just wanted to see if wow. All right. Well, yeah. Let's run it for a little bit. Obviously, we're not going to go the full 1356.
Yeah, no, I forget.
We'll run it for a second.
Maybe did we do this for the Travelers too? I think.
I think we did. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get it in here. Every hole at the Renaissance Club here.
Content, Tony. We might need to run through the whole thing.
Yeah, really.
It's great. I know copyright. I wish we could like blare the music though. This is like getting me motivated.
It really, so sick, dude. This is a crazy. Are we gonna start? Oh my gosh, dude.
Breathtaking for you, or no?
Oh, easily, yeah, dude. I love like Scotland, Ireland. It's really beautiful atmosphere. Like especially when you hit the weather nice like this,
Oh yeah.
Can we get like a first hole here? Like, what do we got? This looks like
I feel like they're gonna go just out of order and just show the course, but it looks like
deep,
the
dude.
ocean's in the background, right? Because that's the beach there and stuff.
Cliffs, dude.
It almost looks like there's not really water on the course. That the water is just in the distance.
Yeah, it seems like it, dude. And it seems like you're yeah. Oh wow, I guess it's the whole course right there. That's a great shot, dude.
That is a great shot.
It doesn't really look like, it looks like whichever hole this is down here, you got the out of bounds off the cliff here.
That reminds me of like Pebble Beach.
Yeah, that's interesting, dude. This is crazy. Nice, dude. Very, very hilly. Like,
wow.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I don't think there's anything more breathtaking than when you're perched up and then you have the ocean in the background.
Yeah,
like
you're
that's
overlooking it. Oh, so gorgeous.
Wow,
look at that grass. Oh,
some of it doesn't.
Some
of it look like farm fields.
Yeah, it does. It does. It looks like
it's almost, and there's so much differential in the scenery, the way the course is laid out. It's almost like there's multiple courses within one, because you looked at like another shot and then it looks like, oh, you're just on an American course, but then you show like the rest of it with these bunkers and then the ocean in the background, and it looks completely different.
It really is crazy, dude. I guess that was just the overview. Look, I guess this is going to be hole 1.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
464-yard par 4.
They love their bunkers on these courses.
Yeah. The rough looks absolutely terrible. Like you're not getting out, dude. Oh my goodness. Couple bunkers there. Over 400 yards, Brian.
Wow.
You think you'd hit par on this hole?
I'd probably get stuck in the rough and get a 6.
Oh man, I mean that's still really good, Brian.
I mean, but is it like just to stay on the fairway? Do you just go like a 6-7 iron and then just get on in 3 or 4 and make bogey?
Right? I mean, for us, yeah, sure.
I just feel like getting in that rough is just detrimental.
For the pros, though, I know. So ridiculous, dude. Hole 2. 493-yard par 4 now.
You
This
know,
is
and
crazy,
it's
dude.
interesting
Oh my God.
looking at this. I feel like I've always kind of had the mindset, and it might have been kind of stubborn and just
Mhm.
like, oh, well, everything in Europe is old, and there's so many I like new things, but
Right.
I have to say, after looking at this flyover a little
Mhm.
bit here, I feel like I've developed an appreciation, and I definitely would enjoy playing some of these European courses.
Yeah.
I think it would just be I would have to deal with like the way TV is, the sports games, and I'm sure
Right.
they're on.
Oh
I
my
just feel like
gosh.
it's like just not as accessible over there,
Right.
you know?
No, yeah, totally. I mean, we're seeing it now with the times that these guys are teeing off over here.
Yeah.
You know how old this course is?
No, but I feel like every course is like well over 100 years old.
Oh, so look it up.
Your Renaissance Club.
Let's see. It was when was Renaissance Scotland built? 2008? No way.
That doesn't seem right.
Maybe the Renaissance. It's got to be.
Go to the wiki page. I feel like that usually gives you some more detailed information.
Events hosted. Wow, it gives you almost nothing, dude. It says established 2008.
Do you really need to bring me out of the pen here to take a look at this?
I mean, how old is the Renaissance Club Scotland?
Let me just see this. Tony, this is one of those things I feel like I'm going to look 2 seconds later, have an answer.
See, you would think so, dude. Okay, but you know what, man? The Renaissance Club opened in 2008 with future tournament golf in mind. Let's see. Courses. I guess they have courses all over the world. Okay, that's interesting. So I guess the Renaissance Club isn't just like an old Scottish golf course. Now, with its first course design at the home of golf in East Lothian's Archer Field Estate next door to Murrayfield, Doak has added another layout to an already outstanding portfolio with the opening of the Renaissance Club course in 08. So maybe it's a part.
No, yeah, it definitely was built in 08. I can't believe that. That's unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. Oh my goodness!
And just to give you a comparison, Tony, let me just see where this is listed. I was just okay. Yeah, so St. Andrews, 1888.
Wow, 1888.
Yeah, and I'm gonna check Royal St. Liverpool. I guarantee it's like very old as well. That's the host next week for the Open Championship.
Oh, very nice. So we have a couple comments here as we were continuing our flyover of the Renaissance Club, understanding that it was built, what is that, 15 years ago.
Okay.
But we got Michael saying, I can crush this course.
Let's go. Michael, due for his return.
As we're on hole number 8, a 448 par 4, Michael.
At this rate, it does feel like we're going to, because technically we could do the whole flyover as we're narrating.
Yeah, it's totally fine, dude. And then Lonnie says, I don't do golf, but I'm here to support you guys. Let's go, baby. He goes, what up, though? Shout out to the company. Hashtag rep the company.
Great to have Lonnie with us. And I feel like we should set something up with Lonnie on the course. I feel like we could get him to enjoy it. I think he just hasn't had exposure, and especially around a golf with us. I mean, how would he not enjoy that?
I mean, come on, dude. Couple of holes, couple beers, good time. Nothing crazy.
Baseball talk,
and then maybe the bar afterwards. Get a burger.
Absolutely.
Oh, dude. And then Michael, I don't know what he's referring to, but he says, very mature of you, Brian. We will have a home in Bulgaria, so don't worry, dude.
There we go, Michael.
And then he shouts out to Lonnie. Lonnie says, what up, Mike? And he goes, is the PGA under the eye of the law right now?
Yes. Well, because the merger with the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, they're reviewing that deal, but it does seem like the widespread sentiment is that the merger, will be allowed. And everybody's saying that the PGA Tour, while they will be getting a lot of money from the PIF, that they are still going to be in full control and will honor their kind of format that they've had of recent, with the host courses, the tournaments, and that not many changes other than the return of the live players are imminent.
Love it. And then Michael says also, he told me this yesterday, apparently the company wants to come in on the studio Monday. Who's down, he says. I mean, dude, come on.
Who's not down for that?
And Lonnie says he's only mini golfed once. He's
due for a round.
Definitely,
Michael's
dude.
due for a round. You're due for a round.
Yeah. Even Jay's due for a round, dude.
Yeah. And then with all the company, we got to have like 3-4 foursomes.
Sounds like
to accommodate everybody.
Sounds like we can go on Monday, dude, when they all come here.
Monday, Sakura. Garrett Lonnie's definitely not had Sakura before.
No way, but I'm so down for Sakura, dude.
I'm down to come through Monday. Oh,
yeah,
or you
come
said
through
Michael.
Yeah. So let's go, dude. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that would be unbelievable to have Lonnie on set, and it's perfect timing too.
Oh wow, Michael says we need Brian.
We
paying for lunch as well. We need Brian for the whole day.
Brian for the whole day.
It's like golf, lunch.
So
Sakura,
basically,
whatever,
it's like a
dude.
my people talk to your people scenario.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sure we could skate around it.
Yeah. We can come with you on
my appointment.
Yeah,
because I think I think I have one at like 12 after the show. Wait, but screen time is Mondays or Tuesday. I'm sorry, I always mess this up.
Tuesdays and Fridays, dude.
No, I know it's Friday. I was just trying to say in the beginning.
Today you thought it was today.
Tony, the days all blend together. We're all going crazy.
As we're on hole number 12 now, a 204-yard par 3,
Yeah.
Brian. This one seems doable.
Yeah.
Wow, Michael calling you out. Come on, Brian. Make it happen, dude. What are the chances we get Matt on Monday, too?
Oh, my God.
He says, don't scrub it, dude. And he says, Tuesdays, you're embarrassing us. Wow, Michael. Michael's excited for today.
He's excited, and like I said, we'll make it happen. And even if I need to go on an appointment for like a half hour and just come back, that's okay.
It's no big deal.
Yeah,
dude.
we're fine.
But then a half hour becomes an hour.
No.
Oh, I gotta pick up some material, guys.
No, I think what we need to do is just, and if the company can obviously come in here whenever they want, but I'll try to get here maybe 20 minutes before the show or whatever on Monday, and then I'll go on my estimate quick, and then we'll go to lunch.
Yeah,
done.
That sounds amazing, actually.
Yeah. And what do we got? Did he say Michael with the
scuds?
The scuds. I feel like that's a big Lonnie term, the scuds.
Yeah,
because he was talking about when I mentioned Michael K.
Remember? Yeah. That's funny.
And he's saying, yes, Brian. Wow. So Monday is shaping up to be potentially legendary, Tony.
Dude, are you kidding me?
And then we just throw in the par 3 just for good measure after.
Oh yeah, why not, dude? That'd be sick. I'd do that.
Yeah, that would be crazy. But boy, is it just mirrors? Look, there's cornfields, Tony.
I don't understand. I'm looking at the fairway looks like the most narrow path I've ever seen, dude.
But yet somehow they're shooting 64, 61.
Like that's really impressive. And Lonnie does say scuds, he goes, as a company term, I guess.
But it really is. I was distracted. I think Michael was commenting. But I was going to say to Lonnie, Monday actually is perfect timing because we'll have our first post All-Star break series. So there's going to be a lot to digest in regards to that.
Jay Bird wants in, dude.
And then, on Monday we'll get Lonnie's opinion on the weekend series, but I don't think we got his opinion on Sean Casey. I'm kind of curious what his thoughts are on that. About him being the new hitting coach. Seems like he's ready to make some changes. Seems like there's a lot of positive energy. So I'm kind of curious if Lonnie's on board with Sean Casey as the hitting coach. I can't believe we're almost at hole 18 here, Tony.
Yeah, we can pull it if you want to go to the World.
I do, but I kind of want to see 16, 17, and 18.
This is 16 now, I believe. We got some trees.
This is a long hole, though.
Got some trees.
Wait, do you hit driver off the deck just to make up for the yardage?
Honestly, you kind of have to, dude.
Unbelievable. Wow. This thing has got to be 900 yards.
I bet the grass feels so nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow, dude.
I wonder if there's any. Oh, and I was gonna while we're looking at this,
how do you walk this course, dude? It's crazy.
People do though.
Par 3, 203
par 3 is tough.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Barbasol Championship, by the way, Tony, underway. Keene Trace Golf Club.
Where's that?
Kentucky, Nicholsville, Kentucky. Clement Sordet is on top, 5 under.
Never would have guessed.
tied with Wesley Bryan, Ryan Moore, and Daniel Brown. Peter Molinari,
Wow.
4 under, 1 shot back, tied for 5th.
Love it. As we were on the 18th
now we're on
hole.
the 18th hole.
483-yard par 4, buddy. Like, this is just crazy.
This is crazy. Wow.
It's all open, too. It's just...
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Got some bunker action now.
Wow.
Oh.
And I think before we get to Lonnie's comment, Tony.
Yeah, you want to get to Jay's comment?
Before we even do that.
You want to go to the world?
Let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one in the mitt to win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drill deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. So if we could catch up on the comments, Tony.
Oh, yes, of course. So the first thing actually we have from Jay. He says, what do you think about the Jets getting Hard Knocks this season?
So there's a lot of discussion, and I think it was Tommy Lugauer, who's been one of the producers on the Carton and Roberts show, which is obviously, no longer, but he's chirping, saying like, oh, the Jets can have Hard Knocks. The Giants will be the class organization that they are.
God, really?
And not be out of the limelight. It's like, first of all, like, do you know what? Not know what you're talking about. The Jets had no choice. They had to accept this. They were one of the eligible teams. There's all this criteria. And then number 2, my whole thing is, if being on Hard Knocks, you think is going to be the reason why you don't win a Super Bowl, I think the reason why you don't win a Super Bowl is because you're not good enough, not because you're not on Hard Knocks. So that's weak. That's ridiculous. The Jets are going to thrive on Hard Knocks, and I think this will even top. I think it was the 2010 version of Hard Knocks that they were on. The Revis holdout, Mark Sanchez, Rex with the tattoo, Danny Woodhead. Tony, I was a freshman at Iona when this thing came out.
That must have been a riled time for you.
Yeah, it was a riled time, but I think it's going to be even better, and I know you agree. I think it's going to be a hands-down ratings bonanza. Rogers, Florham Park.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, not even just because of the storylines with the Jets, but I mean, if you think about like how much more popular Hard Knocks has become throughout over the years, I mean,
well, and
crazy,
if you threw on the Saints or like the Browns or the Bucks or something, nobody would watch it. But the fact that Aaron Rodgers is the Jets quarterback, the Jets have a quarterback for the first time ever in the modern era, I guess you want to say since Namath, sure, Vinny T, we know Michael Pennington, all of that, but somebody that you could say could win the MVP, can lead the league in passing, that you're not going to struggle to throw, not going to struggle to score. Since I've been watching the Jets, I haven't been able to confidently say that, and we know we could say that now, and that's what makes it so compelling.
Yeah, I totally agree, dude. It's going to be a great show, too.
What do we got from Lonnie?
So Lonnie
Sean Casey
does appreciate our transition. He says, nice transition there. And then he says, my thoughts about the new hitting coach is just make sure these dudes have better at bats. Teach them a different approach, please. The ball doesn't need to always go over the wall to score. And I mean, it's a great point there. You really want to teach more just contact hitting, just getting runners on base and then bringing them in, playing small ball.
Right.
Really,
and from the comments, I think I read some of them yesterday or the other day. It seems like he's all for this. And, he was making the mention of how they need to be better in clutch spots. And then I saw something else on Twitter yesterday. He was saying he's been reviewing tape, and he says they're not kind of going the distance in at bats. They're swinging at a lot of first pitches. They're not working the count. And if you look back, I mean, the Yankees, especially when they're having success, it was always – they work the pitcher down, they foul off. You think of Gardy fouling off 20 pitches, and obviously, Gardy, like we had our issues with him down the stretch. But I think if Sean Casey delivers on what he's saying he's going to do, and he's going to change approaches, and that there's no cookie cutter swings, and that they're going to be smarter at the plate, I think it's going to be a home run. And I think we're going to see a completely new Yankee team here in the second half.
Yeah, totally agree. A couple more comments here from Michael in regards to the Jets now. He says, I'm a Vinny guy, not a Pennington guy. Chad hurt us, he says. And he says, can't wait to have a legendary Curtis Martin type runner again.
And I'm assuming he's referring to Breece Hall.
Yeah.
Coming back from that ACL, obviously a young guy. You'd expect him not to have any issues. So yeah, I mean, a good running game is just as important as having a potent passing attack. You need the combination, of both. That's for sure. And now if you had to say, because I think it's kind of like law of averages, the Yankees, no matter who their hitting coach was going to improve the second half, knowing Casey, the limited exposure that you got from him, do you truly believe deep down that he's going to like inspire guys and actually really make a difference, and it's not going to be them just not being as bad as they were?
Yeah, I mean, I do think he'll inspire change for the good. It's going to be pretty interesting though. I don't know. For me, I'm the one thing I'd be worried about him is him trying to like almost like relate or create like some type of common ground with these younger players. Because he's an old school guy,
right?
Like that's just his personality. But I would imagine like, some of the veterans on the team, like, look at a Judge, like a Stanton, even like a LeMahieu too, having maybe the knowledge, like the foresight to be like, hey, like, yeah, this guy like may not be very relatable to us, but like what he's saying is what we should be doing. And as long as they can like pass that down to the younger players to be very receptive of Sean Casey, because the guy, I had great experiences with him, but he is like a loud, obnoxious. He's a little obnoxious, the guy, so I could see maybe why he may be a little tough to deal with. He almost reminded me of like a Bill Ripken, like Bill Ripken at MLB Network he was obnoxious. You come into the edit room like screaming off the top of his head, like, and it's great energy, great for the show, very knowledgeable guy. But it's more so when you're a coach, especially a hitting coach, to kind of really like to be able to have your players be receptive. You have to relate to them, So I think he'll be able to do that again, surrounded by the veterans on the Yankees. Like as long as they're smart enough to be like, hey, listen to this guy, I think they're gonna do like leaps and bounds, dude.
Yeah,
for sure.
No, I definitely, I definitely like that, and I think especially too, and I think it's such a good opportunity, opening up at Coors Field, that if there's just instant results, there's no way that these guys aren't going to gain instant respect for Sean Casey and be excited to improve upon a terrible first half and really like go on a run here in the second half. That would be tremendous, and I really can envision it happening.
Will you be worried if, like, let's say they do come out in Coors Field and it's just like dingers? Are you gonna be like, in the back of your head, is like, all right, like obviously this is not gonna keep up with the home runs? Is it gonna be like, what do you think?
It's the same thing that I've talked about before, where if you sweep the Oakland A's and you score 45 runs, it doesn't matter that it's just the A's. If you're struggling that bad, you need to see it to believe it. And once you see it a little bit, you start to believe it. It's the same thing with golf. You go out on the course, you're birdie number one, you're so jacked up. Can I shoot under par today? Like, you know what I mean? It's just that little taste is all you need to get confidence back and get inspired.
And then you double bogey 18.
Yeah. Double bogey 18 3 times in a row. Yeah, definitely. What's Lonnie saying here?
Lonnie says Jets getting Cook. You guys
Dalvin
think
Cook? He's a free agent.
To ease Hall back into the fold. Plus, it's another weapon. Are they keeping him from the Dolphins and Bills?
So,
and they would be keeping him from going to the Dolphins.
I think they're getting him if he doesn't have crazy contract demands, because obviously the thought of adding him to this offense is really exciting. And I'm sure Rodgers knows from all those Vikings-Packers games what a baller Dalvin Cook is. But, I know he's been one of the highest paid running backs in the league. And, I don't know if he's just going to be looking to break the bank here rather than, just want to join the Jets to have a chance to win a
Right.
championship. He's only 27, and running backs, the time that you're getting money is limited. If you could, Tony, and I know this is kind of a ridiculous demand here. Not really, but can you check out the Jets cap, like Spo track or whatever? I'm probably saying it wrong, but what the cap scenario is. And I guess a report, this is Pro Football Talk, a report over the weekend indicated that Cook will wait until closer to the start of training camp before signing with any team, as an offer from the Dolphins hasn't satisfied what he's looking for after being released by the Vikings this offseason.
Wow. By the way, Lonnie says somebody get this guy a ginger ale. Dry mouth? Coughing? Was you just coughing or something? I don't know.
You're asking me if I was coughing. You're basically right across the room from me. Tony.
I know, but I was Googling the Jets thing.
No, you know what it is? I think when I like try to fit a lot of words without taking a breath. And I think don't you think that's what he was talking about?
Yeah, it must be something like that. Do you like ginger ale?
Well, remember what I was saying?
Soda, don't do it. But on occasion, ginger ale is a delicious soda.
I just don't like soda. Like mixed with alcohol, it's good. But by itself, there's just no reason to have a ginger ale.
Jameson ginger ale?
Yeah.
Delicious.
But by itself, no. Tony is losing it, Barnes. That's what Michael says.
You know, Michael, when you're at a level like me where you're doing all these different things, sometimes you just, the words slip through your ears, Michael, but you wouldn't know anything about that. And Lonnie says, I thought he had chest gas. My fault.
I mean, I don't know. Second coffee could be a little acidic.
I feel like there's a pretty good chance Brian could have chest gas.
Yeah. But we work through it like anything.
Exactly.
Do we have an update on the cap situation?
So the cap situation here, they have the breakdown.
Like what the room is?
I know. Like how much cap space? Let me try that. How much? Jets have. Now the $224.8 million salary cap is official. Both over the cap and Spot Track have the Jets at $2.8 million
negative
over the cap.
Yeah.
So that's good. Lonnie says 6 shirt, Tony. Lonnie, you can get this shirt at downtimetv.com. The summer collection. You get the sweet sewed on patch. Downtime TV tie-dye t-shirt comes in plenty of colors. Michael here says, Tony, tell Barnes about catch one. I tried to do the trick play, took the ball straight to the breast. Oh my God, dude. Michael and I are playing catch outside. By the way, past couple of days, Mike and I have been having nice catch out there with baseball. Phenomenal time, dude. It really is, dude. We were getting like some sick throws in. Really cool. But naturally so, you try to do some cool shit, some funky stuff. And I guess I threw the ball to Michael and he tried to like pop it up off his glove and then catch it again. And instead, Brian, it like skims his glove right to the chest.
Well, I think I told you about this, and I'm not
softball.
Yeah,
right field.
I think we were doing the show when this happened.
Yeah, I think
like not
still
live.
Too. No, it was the next day, like you mentioned it.
Yeah, right into the chest. So if anybody knows, I was definitely a little sore. After that.
Lonnie, loving the fits. By the way, you guys have clothes too nice. Brian with the Masters polo.
But you know how it is, Tony. Everybody compliments you on your shirt. Me, we had the.
Oh my God, dude! Again, what shirt was I wearing that
Rip
day?
Roar.
Rip Roar. It's right. The Rip Roar. Yeah. And you had the Hang 10 shirt on. Yeah.
But it was a similar shade. It was like the green
same color.
Hang 10 shirt.
Yeah. Oh.
That is funny stuff. I was just doing some more research on Cook too. So it seems like there's a possibility. The fact too, they're saying he wants to win a Super Bowl, and kind of like Rodgers wanting Cook in the fold, vice versa. From all their matchups, he knows that they have a pretty good chance to win a Super Bowl. So I just wonder too, cap wise, if how they could clear some space. Some renegotiations of deals. I don't know if there's any veterans maybe that might get released as well. But I think if they could find a way to do that, Tony, I would. I mean, how do you not like the Jets to make a run here?
I know. Are you concerned at all about the cap space or?
No, because you know how every time like we go into the preseason to training camp, you look at a roster, you feel like, oh yeah, this guy said. All of a sudden, it's like 3 starters released, done.
Really?
Like they clear cap space very quickly, and they always talk about the massaging of the cap. You know how they convert stuff to signing bonuses. Once again, Tony, part of the charade of life. Like I'll never understand that with the NFL. Like why does there need to be all these exceptions and stuff?
Just I don't know. It's like fake regulations because you're just creating loopholes for them anyway. So,
but then push it, kick it down the road, kick it down the road, and then next thing you know, 2030, you have you know, you have $30 million less in cap space because of deferrals that you did.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Don't you think? I mean, but also, like, I don't know. How else would you do? Like, what else would you do? Like, how would you really run it? Just have a strict cap rule with like no exceptions?
It shouldn't be. Oh yeah, his base salary is $1 million, but his cap hit is 50.
Right.
Like that just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
But I guess it was made to have loopholes or whatever. But I don't know. I just think then just expand the cap. I mean, the cap grows every year.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL never runs short on money. So why not just make it a ridiculous cap so you can fit everybody in and stuff? But I guess the owners are too greedy, right?
That's how it is in every sport, dude.
Lonnie was asking about our football teams, and he's with the Giants. And I'm a big Jets fan. Michael's a big Jets fan. Tony has been a Giants fan, I guess, right?
I have been a Giants fan. Yeah, my whole life, actually. No, when I was a little kid, I was a Patriots fan, actually.
What? Like, where did this come from? We never talked about this.
Yeah, no, I was like, I mean, you know me, I'm a big American guy. So I thought like, oh, wow, Patriots, like that's pretty sick. Like America, red, white, and blue. I really enjoy the logo of the actual Patriot is like, holding the ball down, like he's gonna hike it and shit. Like it was just a cool uniform. Not to mention, Tom Brady was pretty good back then. Randy Moss.
I hope you're just kidding.
I had a Tom Brady jersey when I was a kid, probably like 8 years old, middle school.
I can't believe Michael's never mentioned this. Matthew.
I mean, I don't really talk about it enough because then like I don't follow football that much anymore.
But so I thought last year, Jay, Red Zone, like I thought you were watching all the time.
Oh yeah, I'm watching. It's great sport to watch, but I'm not like. I mean, now I'm just not that much into it. I mean, cap space, like I'm not into that. I'm not in that deep.
But so like I feel like what you're saying is like so if the Jets or the Giants were to win the Super Bowl next year, are you telling me that either one you would be equally excited or no?
Yeah, probably.
So really, it's almost like me with the NBA.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Interesting. So, like watching the league from afar, don't need to be tied down to one team.
Exactly.
Red Zone fan.
Exactly. Big Red Zone fan. Scott Hansen, right?
Yeah, I know Lonnie's a big Scott Hansen guy.
Has to be, dude. And it's nice to see, like, because, like, NFL. I mean, there's so many storylines across the league every season too. So it's kind of cool to not be attached to one team because you can be, oh wow, it's kind of cool.
Like, Lonnie actually has another comment here.
Lonnie says, can't do that, Brian, because then every team would be too super and certain teams would be trash.
But Lonnie, I feel like it's like with baseball, owners like I forgot his first name, but like I think his name is Fisher of the A's, John Fisher maybe. There's owners that just pocket revenue sharing money like that shouldn't be owners. And I think the NFL out of any league does a good job of it's not that's the Rays. I was saying the A's, but yeah, Stuart Steinberg is like that as well. It's definitely, I think it's John Fisher. Yeah, John Fisher. But the NFL, I think, better than any organization, does a good job of vetting these people. And he goes, wow, a little Tony call.
Wow, just wait, did Tony cry when the Giants beat the Patriots in the Super Bowls? Mr. America over there. I mean, yeah, it was a little sad, dude. I think I was sitting there with my Brady jersey, at least for the first one. But then again, I started just not getting out of football. I don't know.
Wow. Kind of weak.
Football just doesn't do it, dude.
But Tony, I feel like this is just, I don't know. I just feel like you talked a completely different game last year about football.
No, I'm saying like this past season, I've been so like more involved in football, obviously this past season because of the sports sport, Right. And it is exciting. I mean, it's sick to sit down on a Sunday all day, football, food, drinking, hanging out with the guys. Like that's what I love. Like and it makes me watch football. It makes me interested. I'm interested in sports.
So we need the Downtime Fantasy League this year.
I mean,
gonna put it over
that would
the
be
top.
huge. Yeah, that would be putting it over top.
Favorite
But
player
again,
in the league. Who comes to mind first? Go. Don't even think about it. Favorite player, whole league. You're out of time.
Yeah, I got God, dude, Ryan. I don't know. Favorite player. I don't know, dude.
I can't believe you just can't give me one name here.
I don't know. George Kittle, dude. Put that in the bag.
It seems like a guy that'd be a rugby player. I feel like that's why you like.
He seems like a cool dude. Yeah.
It's funny. It's
wow, Captain America retired. Wow, he's talking shit. Giants, bet the Phantom out of Tony. Wow, dude.
It's interesting for me. Obviously, Jets are my priority. But if I had to pick a specific player, I would say Patrick Mahomes, just because of what he does on the field. I've never seen a more talented quarterback.
Speaking of Patrick Mahomes, you know that Netflix is doing a show called Quarterbacks, I think.
Yes. No, I
think it's out.
Me and Sam were watching Netflix. It is out. We were watching Netflix last night, and there was a preview on it. And you know what's hilarious too? I think it was Justin Jefferson. Right. I just saw this because you're talking about this, and I know Kirk Cousins was part of this, Mariota as well, and then he left because he lost his job or whatever. But Justin Jefferson did his top 5 QBs, left Kirk Cousins off the list. Like, I don't know how you could say that and not think about how people are going to be tight.
Yeah. And how he's going to react. Wow, he says these are just baby scuds. Relax, Tony. Oh, out of love. I'm not. I love it, dude. No, I of course.
Jay,
dude.
Any thoughts? Is this going to be a screen time topic? I mean, what do we got?
It fucking better be, dude.
But yeah, I mean, it is crazy how soon football is around the corner.
It really is, dude. And soon we'll be saying week 17.
That's too funny. That is too funny.
Yeah, dude.
But no, I'm excited to see what this season's gonna look like for the Jets. It just, it's just nice because the offense, really my whole life for the most part, has always been embarrassing. Maybe the best that it would be to give an adjective about it has been okay, or just manageable, but it's never been elite. And I really think the Jets are going to average over 30 points a game this year.
You really think so?
Don't you? Rodgers, Garrett Wilson.
I don't know. I think your defense is going to be winning a lot of your games.
So I don't know. Rodgers just chop liver, Tony? I
don't think it's chop liver. I don't know who I was talking to this too. Maybe Jay. I don't know. But I was thinking Rodgers again, we've seen some decline in his play, a lot of hoopla outside of the, of sports as well, which I think has some effect on him. I mean, I think it does. But I don't know. I just think, listen, he doesn't need to be MVP Aaron Rodgers. He just needs to be consistent and come up in the clutch. So I think, he's going to, again, I think he's going to come up in the clutch, when it's down to the fourth quarter and you need a touchdown and there's, a minute 40 on the clock. I think he's going to show up in those big moments that Aaron Rodgers does so often. And of course, utilizing the weapons you kind of built around him is going to be huge too. But I don't think he's going to be near MVP Rodgers, but he doesn't need to be. I think he's just going to be consistent. He's going to hold on to the ball, keep possession. And I think, again, I think your defense come up big all year. Holding these teams to lower scoring, and yeah, Rodgers is going to do his job, but it's not going to be 45 points or averaging 30 points. I don't know, dude.
But I mean, isn't it going to appear he's the MVP because we're going from Zach Wilson passing from 100 yards a game? Even if Rodgers is 220 and 2 touchdowns every game, that's going to seem amazing.
No, yeah, it is. But I'm saying it's not he's going to do what Rodgers has been doing, which is being that Hall of Fame quarterback, but it's not going to be an MVP season. He doesn't need that though. It will be 275 yards. He's throwing forward with a couple of TDs. That's great. And I'm that's going to get you wins because it's going to be a 14-10 game, something because your defense is doing well. I still think that defense is going to win these games, the Jets.
I don't know, Tony. I really think this offense is going to be so improved. The fact that you brought in Mecole Hardman, his speed, and I know he's been injured a lot, inconsistent, but you get him out in space. Aaron Rodgers hitting him streaking down the field. That's going to be insane. We
Injured
know the
inconsistent.
chemistry that he has with Alan Lazard.
Oh yeah.
Then you're putting Garrett Wilson in that mix as well. And I mean, you do have Randall Cobb. We'll see if he makes the roster, but in a tough spot, you need 3 yards and a first down to clinch a game. I could see Cobb coming up big in a scenario like that.
Yeah. No, we'll see, dude.
Oh, if that didn't sound tight, Tony, I don't know what did.
No, not tight, but it's just it's you think about like team chemistry, how that kind of plays a role and stuff like that. We'll see how they come out. Hard knocks, a lot of pressure, media all over them too. Like it's gonna be interesting to see how this team
Jets
reacts.
regular season win-loss go. 17 games.
10-7?
12-5.
Wow. That would be nice. You how happy you look with 12-5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But especially if the Yankees win the World Series.
Why? Whoa. What?
You gotta have our priorities straight. Gotta have the priorities straight. That's for sure. And that's actually kind of a good segue because this is our baseball segment, but most of it's football for whatever reason.
We actually have a couple of good comments regards to the football. Lonnie, JJ left Kirk off because he had to think about all the games that don't start at 1 o'clock. Solar panel Kirk, and he goes, bang! Now that's a scud. He says,
You're right. But it's what's tough. Like if we didn't have Aaron Rodgers, Lonnie, I mean, Kirk Cousins would seem like a Hall of Famer option for the Jets because it's like, the production is there, but obviously, you're looking to win a championship. You don't feel like Kirk Cousins would get the job done, but then I almost asked though, like, I know he's had some talent on those Vikings teams, especially when Thielen was in his prime. But was he really ever on a team where he should have won a Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wonder if he was in better situations that he would have performed better.
Yeah, no, that's very true. And then Lonnie is hitting it with the Aaron Rodgers is my favorite QB ever. I usually watch Jets games, but they are a must-watch now that my guy is on the team. Hurts to see him in that green, though, he says.
I'm guessing he means he usually doesn't watch Jet games, right? Because he's saying now they are a must-watch.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I usually don't watch them. Yeah.
But that's awesome. And, yeah, Rodgers has always been one of my favorite quarterbacks, too. Last year was kind of an odd year for him, but I do think there was tension in the locker room. And I think this season, he said he does watch. Okay. I was reading it wrong. Sorry about that, Lonnie. But I think there was tension in the locker room last year. And I think this year there's going to be anything but tension. Everybody's going to be so riled that we don't have to look at this dope Zach Wilson throw interceptions, look like a deer in headlights, lose 19-3 to the Jags on Thursday Night Football. That's not going to happen.
Right. Yeah, no, I think you're totally right. Watch out for the Jaguars, though, dude.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley. That's going to be interesting. Coming back from the gambling suspension, Tony. So,
what do you think about the gambling suspensions, dude? What did he gamble on Jaguars games?
You heard he well, he was on the Falcons, but it was on random teams. But you heard my call into Steve Torrey.
Yes,
that I said that was it. It's a complete hypocrisy.
It is.
It doesn't matter. If you're gonna find me a link to somebody fixing it, then he's out. But until then, enough.
I mean, not to mention, like, my camera died. Wow. A lot of these athletes are now like huge, like they're sponsored by DraftKings. You know, like Barstool Sportsbook. Like they're the faces of these betting apps. Jay Birds is very excited for the NFL this year. He always is, dude. He always is. But I feel like with Jay, again, as a Jets fan, it's always like mid-season. He's just fucking tight. Yeah.
So by far, professional sports wise, Jets, NFL.
For Jay?
For Jay.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, dude. And Juan says AFC is loaded, like Dave said a while ago. Now it's really true. He's saying that it's loaded.
It is true. But I think the reason why us Jets fans are so excited is just the fact that we actually have a chance, and we've never had a chance, and we have a chance. So whether that's going to be difficult remains to be seen, but the fact that it's a possibility is great. And there's definitely some variables into how we're going to position ourselves. Obviously, if Dalvin Cook comes over, I mean, that's going to be great. But the fact that, I'm expecting Garrett Wilson this year to have like a Justin Jefferson type leap in year 2. If he does that, that's going to be unbelievable. And then I think two big wild cards are Breece Hall and Mekhi Becton. If Becton is anywhere close to what you expected when you drafted him in the first round a few years ago, he's only 24 years old. We know how big he is, maybe too big, but the fact if he could give you 15, 16, 17 starts, even if it's right tackle, you'll take that any day of the week. And then if Breece Hall is anywhere close to where he was pre-injury last year, and then you pair him with Dalvin Cook and Aaron Rodgers, I mean, that's going to be an unstoppable force.
Wani saying, so you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah.
You're expecting Super Bowl victory? Honestly.
I think it's too much to say expecting Super Bowl victory, but I am expecting at the bare minimum, Tony, we're talking absolute bare minimum, multiple playoff games will be played by the New York Jets this year.
All right.
And it's just, I don't know, with stuff, sometimes in sports, like it just seems like stuff is meant to be. You know how long it's been for the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
It is meant to be for them. Super Bowl 3, Tony. We talk about week 17. What about Super Bowl 3? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're saying it's time.
Yeah.
Overdue.
I mean, think of what that was. What 19? I think it's 69, right? 1969.
Yeah, that was the year.
So you think about that. Tom Brady, okay, was born in 19. What the heck is it now? 1978. No. 70. Is it 77?
That's what I thought, but we're gonna see first.
I think it's 77. Yeah, 1977. Yeah. So 1977. So that was 8 years after the Jets, won that Super Bowl, and he played an entire career, retired, won 7 Super Bowls, and the Jets still haven't won a Super Bowl. That just shows how long ago that was.
Very embarrassing. I said you got a half chub thinking Super Bowl.
Who's he? Me?
Yeah, you. Tom Brady was born to ruin all Jets fans' lives.
Well, thank God, Lonnie, he's retired.
Might come back.
And also Rodgers is due. I mean, for someone to only go to one Super Bowl, as talented as he is, and I know Green Bay messed some things up, but I think the Jets have got it right with roster construction, and it's the best team that Rodgers has been on in quite some time. So I feel really good about that. Honestly, I know Tony's very skeptical, but I feel very good about the Jets this year.
We'll see. Prima donna.
So it's going to be a fun season. That is for sure. And we do have, second half of baseball, starting tomorrow. So we could talk more about that tomorrow, but I guess what I just wanted to ask you, and I had this idea, when I was thinking about the show this morning, Tony, if you could give me a prediction or two on guys, and, obviously we'll have you cover the Mets part of this, that are going to be either acquired or shipped out. What do you got for me?
From the Mets?
Yeah. During the second half here.
Shipped out. I know it's so tough, dude. If I were to guess, I would say either. I don't think any pitchers are getting shipped out.
Okay.
If anything, maybe like a Peterson or a McGill, but what type of return are you really going to get? So you never really know. If I had to guess, it would probably be something like possibly a McNeil or a Tommy Pham getting sent out. Tommy Pham probably give you most return.
Okay. So basically, maybe McNeil would be pretty big. He's been a starter for years, batting title and all that. Other than him, though, you think it's all going to be marginal guys going out? Anybody big coming in, or same scenario?
I mean, it's so tough to try and gauge it now because, that press conference with Cohen, they seem pretty adamant about not sending any of their young players away. Mm-hmm. So it's tough. I really can't imagine someone big coming by the trade deadline. It's doesn't really seem like they want to sell.
Yeah.
And then you're going to need to get rid of those guys if you want to bring like a Juan Soto or a Cody Bellinger. Like, you're gonna.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think what I would love to see is for them to pitch a package for Soto, include some young guys. I would love to see that. Like get Vientos and see about Mauricio. I know you have quite a few like young pitching prospects actually as well. that you probably could use. But if you want to try and send out to get Soto, I mean, I would be about it.
And Lonnie says midseason comeback for the Raiders is still probable, right? Is he just saying like because the Raiders always get off to a terrible start? No, I think they're going to be trash. Jimmy G out for the season week 4. McDaniels
tough,
canned. You could see it coming from a mile away. Devontae Adams demanding a trade. I'm just curious too, Lonnie. I was going to ask you though, if you're still here with us, are you down to trade anybody in the farm? Or any prospect, obviously Volpe kind of still a prospect, but we're not going to trade him. But anybody else for Soto with an extension, are you down for that? And then my 2 trade predictions. The Cardinals president yesterday came out and said that they're going to make a lot of trades. They're not sure if it's going to be big pieces, small pieces, but trades will be made.
Cardinals, you said?
Yes,
they gotta. Arenado?
No, I think it's going to be Jack Flaherty, because we can get him on the cheap. Matt Blake, I'm sure you can envision that scenario. So Flaherty from the Cardinals, and then I'm 100% sold on Bellinger from the Cubs. I think those are the 2 trades. You couple that with maybe some prospects coming up, the improvement of Sean Casey, and that is going to make a run for the ages, Tony. A 650 second half winning percentage. Calling it.
That'd be sick. I would really love to see Bellinger in a Met uniform. I'm telling you, dude. Lonnie, with some more scuds here, says, wait a minute here. Tony gave up on the Giants, but not the Mets. They haven't even been to the playoffs in back-to-back years yet. At least the Giants have given up something to be happy about.
He's a baseball guy first.
It's a sport. You know, it's the sport at that, you know, at its very finest, you know, at its core. It's just baseball's better sport, dude. I mean, how do you not think that? The Star Insurance money is for Soto, LOL, and depending what props, sure, why not?
And so I'm gonna say, let's see, Soto. I'm gonna say, Lonnie, Clayton Beater is Oswald Peraza and Jason Dominguez with the insurance of a Soto contract extension. Call it 10 years, $400 million. Are you in? And then, so that's my proposal for you. And then in terms of the Star Insurance money, the patch on the jersey, you know, at the surface, I don't like it, but I think it's just one of those things. You know, there was a lot of uproar when they came out with the Nike jerseys with the logo. I think it'll fade away. It's typical of Hal, but if he's going to spend more because of it, like you're suggesting, I'm all for it. Because we got to just go for it. The time is now. 10 years. Come on, bro. Yikes. Well, my only thought process there is he's only 25. So I know we've had deals that have extended guys like Stanton, like, you know, Ellsbury, like A-Rod, you know, into their upper 30s, early 40s. But this is not going to be that. Soto's so young, and I just feel like the key is we know he can hit in the postseason, and we haven't really been able to say that about anybody on our team in way too long of a time.
Yeah, that's true. I think 10 years is fine, dude.
Yeah. And what do you think about the package? You know, our top pitching prospect in Beater, Jason Dominguez, Oswald Peraza.
I think they're going to want more.
That has a lot of time and money tied up into like 3 players. I know, but you know, Lonnie, we've sat back on our hands for so long, and I think maybe actually I was talking about this with someone else, but you know, we missed out on Harper, we missed out on Machado, we missed out on Arenado originally. So it's like, how many times are we going to sit here and say we missed out on this guy, we missed out on that guy, and then not actually get them? Like, why not just go for it?
And I feel like, you know, you mentioned those 3 guys, as in Cole, Judge, and Soto, but I mean, it's like, Soto is someone who's a piece of your future. You know, like you have him as a career Yankee for the rest of it. He's going to do great. Like,
and he's young.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, athleticism. Yeah. We don't even know what athleticism is.
Like, yeah, it's a lot of time and money tied up into him, but he's going to give you that time. He's going to be worth the money for sure. Same thing, obviously, with Judge, and Cole's proven that too. So what? You have all this money tied up in 3 people. Like, that's great.
And I know you were skeptical of the trade package. I'll throw in Everson Pereira or Trey Sweeney, Tony. All right.
Yeah, I think you're going to throw in more guys you can get. And we
Yeah,
still
we-
got this guy named Stanton.
I don't
under
know,
contract.
Tony. I think there's a lot of like, I'm not saying Lonnie's saying this, but just in general, people talking about Stanton's contract. I feel like it's overhyped. It's not that much. Like, what's the most money he's making? $32 million?
Yeah, I think so.
You know, and it's like 4 years, but it's not like he's making $50 million for the next 10 years.
Right.
That shouldn't preclude us or whatever you want to say from bringing in bigger contracts. It's not that big of a detriment. Plus, he's going to turn it around. He's going to turn it around. You know it. You know, you've even said it. I didn't say that.
But I feel like, I mean, how many years into the contract is he now? 4, 3, 4, 5?
I think it's 4. I think he's a free agent in 2028 after a $10 million buyout. So he's got, so 24, 25, 26.
But I mean, 4 years ago, $32 million a year.
No, but that's only one of the seasons. I think this year he's only making
most
22 or something.
Okay,
I mean, I'll just double check it. What else did Lonnie say?
He says that the Soto thing is a push because like he's saying that he is young. It's a good,
it's worth it. Yeah, exactly. And it just, I want something, young and exciting team. I mean, I think that's really what we could use here. So the specifics on Stanton post this year, 32, 19, 15, $10 million buyout. Those last 2 years in 26 and 27 are supposed to be 29, 25, but the Marlins are paying $10 million per season. So that's not that ridiculous.
Yeah, it really isn't, except for the 29, 32, whatever you said.
No, but it's
32,
no, it's 32 is
19
is full us, but 19 and 15 at the end. And especially a huge second half, Tony, huge playoffs. We could move him in the offseason.
How do you feel about that narrative where it's like, oh, like Stanton's really good in the playoffs, though?
I mean, he has been.
Yeah, but I mean, do you think that really like that doesn't like counteract how he's been in the regular season? Do you think so?
Well, but the thing that people are ignoring is this year there's no excuse. Other than that, when he's been healthy, he's been amazing as a Yankee. He just has missed a lot of time. So he hasn't underperformed up until, I guess, that Achilles injury it's about a year. Achilles injury at the All-Star game.
Yeah, it's tough.
Big second half.
All right, we'll see.
Last question for you, sir.
Really? What do you got?
Stanton, we have the whole second half, obviously. 9 home runs, 203 batting average. This is in 148 at bats. Let's assume he's healthy for the rest of the season. Batting average and home runs. Go.
Home runs, I don't know, maybe like 23.
Okay, so 14 in the second half.
Yeah. Would you say his average is now?
203 over 148. You have to assume second half of the season he's going to get twice or more at bats than he already has.
Right.
So there's a lot of room to go up there.
If he does well at the at-bats.
Yeah.
I don't know. He says he's at 202 now. I don't know. I feel like I would clock him in at like a 225.
250, 27. All right. You heard it here first.
Lonnie
knows it.
27, dude.
Lonnie knows it. Stan's gonna have a big second half.
Where 27? The package is okay. Not like Cashman can farm raise any pitching anyway.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, Beater. I love Beater. I would love to give him an opportunity. Lonnie, they don't want to give him an opportunity. We got our top catching prospect's 24 years old and he's in Double-A. Austin Wells. I mean, ridiculous. So we might as well trade these guys where they have value before they're DFA'd, like Miguel Andujar. So yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. And let's go, man. Right?
Yeah.
Second half starts
big
tomorrow.
Second half, baby.
Huge.
Let's go Mets,
baby.
Half.
Yeah.
All about the Mets.
So, other than that, Tony, anything else you wanted to mention on the way up?
No, I think that's pretty much it, dude. Great show today.
They didn't Garcia in
OPP. They did in they.
Oh, like with Garcia. Yeah, Garcia. Yeah, Garcia. They didn't want to include in the Manny Machado deal a few years back.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And Andujar. They could have traded Garcia and Andujar for Manny Machado.
That's pretty crazy, dude.
Yeah, but hopefully they learn from the mistakes now.
Yeah.
Give Garcia.
Correct.
But yeah, I have to say, what a show, and really must have been our most the most wide range, Tony, that we've ever had.
Food. Yeah, I know the food segment with the burgers and stuff, and then the series of unfortunate events.
That caught you off guard. You weren't expecting that.
No, not at all. Definitely not. Reading the books, Brian.
Yeah, the books. Read the books. But really like to thank everybody for tuning in today. Shout out the company, Lonnie and the fellas. You guys are the best.
Hell yeah.
But we encourage you to continue to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page. Tony, Michael, Renee in costume. The merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the rest of the golf, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.